Hi and welcome to Visual Basic Inventory Ordering System. Let me show you guys how it works. I'm going to start by clicking on Price. As you can see, you've been asked to select a brand, so click on OK. If you select a brand and let's say we also click on that, it's now asking you to select an item. And supposing an item is selected, it's asking you to select a quantity. Click on OK. Let's select any of this quantity, and there, that is the cost of the cups. We can always reset and select all of the items, or maybe we should go for Lagos brand. Maybe select, let's say we go for 8, and there, that's the cost of Lagos brand. Okay, supposing we decide to go for Queen's Park, maybe 2 items of cutlery and plates, there, that is the cost right there. So what I will do now is to take you guys straight into Visual Basic Development environment, and I'll show you guys how this works, or we put one of these together. So let's do that now. Okay, let's start a new project. We'll click on new project right there. Okay, with this dialog box ready, let's give that a name. Just call it VB underscore cutleries. Alright, so just click on OK. There we go, guys. The screen is ready, so I'm going to click on the property of this form, and let's change the size of that form to approximately 900 plus by 500 plus. There we go. Now let's add labels. Okay, we have button here. We have 3 of those. We have 3 buttons there. If you have a look, there they are. Those are my buttons. Right there, we increase the size of those buttons later on. Then we need labels, 2 labels. Okay, we have a group box. We actually need 2 of those. One here and one here. Then we need a label, and here that will be for the title, and this one will be for the title of my list box. Okay, we have a list box here. There, that's the list box. The next thing I'll do now is just to increase the size of all these objects, and let's just speed up the whole process. And there we go, guys. That's the whole object. That's how it looks. I have my title, brand, item, and quantity. If I run the system now, you will notice nothing happens. Now, as you can see, there's nothing happening here, nothing at all. So close that. The first thing I would like to do is to enter the following lines of code for this list box. Double click on the form. I would like the form to load as follows. There. So for the list box, let's say brand dot add item dot add. So the item you want to add, maybe we should add Lagos first. Right, we have Lagos item there added. This should be items right there. Then the other item we want to add, let me just copy and paste one more thing. Let's go for Preston. We have Preston there. Then we have Oshodi there. Yeah, in Nigeria. And we have Kilburn here in London. Then let's go for Queen's Park right here. Queen's Park. There. So those are the details I intend to enter on my list box. So if I run it, that's what you get straight away onto my list box. Okay, but we don't want it selected, so let's deselect whatever is on that list box. So let's go for list box dot clear select. Yep, dot clear any selected item. Now we need to clear all of these as well. Okay, all of the items in here and quantity, let's clear those as well. So let me go for ch cup dot check, that will be checked equals false, and we're going to repeat the same thing for ch cutlery clear equals false. So which means when the system starts, everything will remain plain. Okay, we have that in there. Then let's go for RB1. That is for the radio button. RB, I do have RB2. Clear. RB4. Paste. Then I also have RB8. There. So that we actually set all my system, just clear it. Alright, that is it right there. Everything is cleared. Okay, so even when I click, I need to be able to reset this. So let's get that. I'm going to copy all of this. That will be for my reset. Let's clear this, copy this as well. Copy and come right here, double click on that and just paste that in there. That's for the reset. So if I run the program, let's bring it up, and I select any of the above resets. Okay, you see that the reset, just get rid of it there. But the reset is not taking care of this. Let's find out the name of that. The name of that will be CHK full set. Okay, let's copy this and paste that in there. There. Now just copy this and paste it right here. That will take care of that. So if I run it again, reset, that works. Okay, one thing is, let's come in here and just ask this form to stay right at the center. That's good. That's fine now. Okay, the next thing we want to do is, supposing we select full set, we expect it to check all of this. So let's double click on that, and right in there we use an if statement. If chk full set dot checked equals true, then what I like the system to do is chk cup dot checked equals true. Okay, we want to repeat the same thing for the other chk cutlery there, then chk plate, else if none of those are, if it's not checked, we would like all of these to be false. So let's make that false. There. Let's copy it into the rest. And that's all there is to that. So if I run it, this is what you get. When I click on that, you see it, it selects it all. Okay, That is that done. Now let's take care of this exit button. Close that. So let's double click on this exit button and enter as follows. Let's declare a variable. Let's say quit system as dialog result there, and let's come for the whole idea is to prompt the user to confirm if they will like the system, if they would like to quit the system or not. So all I just need to enter in there is a message box. We have our message box. Okay, dot show. Okay, the message that you want, say do you want to quit? Alright, so come in here, put a comma, and let's just say system off. Okay, system off will be my title sort of. Then let's come in here and enter a message button. Let's say dot yes and no, yes and no. Okay, comma, let's enter message icon. That's your message icon there. Let's make that VB information icon there. Okay, now we now use an if statement to compare whatever is in there. If quit system equals yes, then we just exit our application dot exit, and that's all there is to it. Else the system stays the same. So if I run this program now, let's run it and give that a try. Nope, nope, yes, you see that? So that's the whole idea of this. Okay, now let's take care of the price. Okay, for the price, let's start by checking if the user actually selects something. Let's say if list brand dot text equals that, then let's enter a message box for that. Let's go for message box. I'm just going to copy all of these. Start typing message box, then I can change the content in here. Let's go for you must select a brand there. Instead of VB yes no there, let's enter OK. So that's just an information, or you can change that. Let's use different types. Let's go for exclamation. Alright, just to make people happy. Okay, the next one is else if you have not made any selection here, no cop is selected, no checked, if it's false, and let's use a logical operator here, and let's go for the next one. That's for cup. Let's go for cutlery, and the cutlery, if that also happens to be false, paste that there. Another logical operator, that will be chk place if it's false. Okay, let's paste them in here and here as well. Place it in a bracket there. Okay, we also need a message. Get this message, paste it in there. In this case, you must select an item, let's use different icon right there. Then we try out the hand, and here really we're supposed to enter brand in there. Let's enter a brand there, and here let's change this to item. so that we know which one we're dealing with. Okay, in the case of the item, that's taken care of. Now let's take care of the last one, another else if statement. Let's come here, else if that is RB1. If RB1 is not selected, or if selection is false, paste that in there. Okay, and RB2, paste, selection is false as well, and RB4, paste, selection is false as well, and RB8 there. Okay, we also need a message box that will prompt you to select quantity. You must select quantity. So in here we cannot just put quantity here, right? And we can change this. Let's have a go at a different one. Select a quantity. Shall we use asterisk? Yeah, why not? Okay, let's give that a try and see what will happen. Now we select, no, let's clear that. Nothing is selected. You must select a brand. A brand is selected. Try. You must select an item. An item is selected. You must select quantity. Yeah, and that is fine. If quantity is selected, what do we want the system to do? Now in here I want the result in there. Let's see the name of that very object right here. I've copied the name of this object, so I will now come in here and just say else that dot text equals, I like it formatted really, format that to currency. Okay, and just what are you formatting? I like you to format whatever is in here. Format it straight to currency. Alright, but it's likely this gives us an error because there's nothing in here, so let me put a 0 in there. Okay, that's fine, and let's center it as well. Come in here, get it centered. Right, so if I run the system, I select any of these, let you know what to do. Okay, if I select this, okay, alright. Let's see, even if there's no 0 and nothing is selected, let me get rid of that and see what will happen. Run, and nothing is selected. Okay, we've been given an option. Right, that's fine. Okay, there's an error. Nothing is happening here. Okay, so let's put back the 0. Okay, come back in here. And the 0 in there. That's good. Alright, now supposing an item is selected, double click on that. The first thing we need some variables there. Let's declare as follows. Let's say maybe Lagos price underscore price as double equals maybe 495. Alright, that's the variable for Lagos, and right below it are the variables for the rest. That is it taken care of. Now let's come straight into the price. Have a look at the variables properly. Let's come straight in here, double click on that, and we then enter the following lines of codes. So I'm going to paste this right underneath and start another one up here, and we enter as follows there. Okay, so that's it. If brand selected is Lagos and this is what is selected and 1 is selected, then we multiply that by 1 by the price of that. So let's run it and see that. Okay, we selected Lagos and maybe we selected these and maybe 4 of those there. Let's see what happened. This is not selected. Let's see, what did we select? Okay, we're only talking of cutlery. Let's go for cutlery. There, that's the price of it. Supposing we select 8 and that is working fine. This is not working because there's nothing there to select. So what I will do now is just to speed that up, and that will complete the tutorial. Let's speed up all of this whole process. Copy and just add the other items to it. Okay, for the very first line of code, I'm just going to break it up so that you guys can see. That's the very first line of code. And let's put another one here so that you guys can distinguish. Alright, so right in here, I'm going to put the other set of code. There we go. Okay, it's a long line of if statements. Okay, so let's come in here. That's the very first one. Copy that. Have a good look at it. The second line of statement, that's it there. In this case, we're now combining 2 items selected. I've just made up the price. Okay, followed by this. Okay, here we have how many items? We have 1, 2, and that's for the that's the second item. Alright, so let's come in here. I think this is the second item with another item. That's where we've combined items. In that case, they want 1 each. Okay, let's separate it so that you can see it. Separate this as well. It's the same lines of code actually. We're just logically combining the items that the end user can purchase. So let's finish separating it, then we can run the program again. Speed that up. Okay, instead of speeding it up, you do need to see it. Those are the codes. Let's come back down now. Separate this and this. And that. Okay. I think we are almost there now, and now that's all for this price calculation. Okay, so have a good look at the codes again. Yeah, alright, so that's how you develop your own inventory ordering system in VB. Okay, let's run the program one more time. Run. Select any one of these, maybe those 2, and just enter the price. Or you can even select it all there. Okay, reset. Oh, reset. When you click on reset, we will expect that to go off. So let's come back in here. Click on that. Reset. LBL price dot text equals, let's enter 0 there. Press F5, run the program, and just enter anything. Reset. That's it. It's working as we want. Okay, now that you guys see how the whole system works, I will now call it the end of this program. You see how the exit works. Let's say nope there. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoyed. Bye for now.